Hi, this is me going to go over these questions from the Level 2 Progress Check on Number Sense. So according to the responses from my first hour class, I have a feeling I know what kids are going to be doing all day long that miss this question. I want you to pay attention to the fact that this is a negative number and this is a positive number. And so when we're adding things that have different signs, that's right, we should be subtracting. So let's follow the steps that we've been taught, which is big number on top, record their signs, compare the signs, see that they're different, so we need to subtract. And you can use a calculator to do this, and then take the sign of the bigger number. That was the correct answer. Let's look here. This one, I made it as simple as I could while still giving you a chance to see that we are supposed to be adding fractions that have different denominators. Since we know that that doesn't work, we need to rewrite these with same denominators. So we're going to use 10. We basically are going to say that we're going to add and change. Now this one doesn't have to change. It's going to stay the same. But how does this value change into a fraction over 10? Well, let me think. 1/2 is equal to how many over 10? How did 2 get to 10? I multiplied by 5 on both sides. 5 times 2 is 10, so 5 times 1 is 5. I always just simply say half. What's half of 10? 5. Now, adding fractions, add across the top. 3 plus 5 is this. Now, this is not the same as that. So we know that cannot be the answer. And we know this is not the answer because it has the same denominator. So I'm going to reduce this fraction into an equivalent fraction. And when I divide by 2, I'm taking half. Half of 8 is 4, and half of 10 is 5. So the answer was 4/5. So there's the first two problems. Let's look at problems number 3 and 4. Problem number 3, I have a decimal and a fraction. All of my answer choices are in decimal, so that tells me I can write this as a decimal. So if you remember, I told you to change everything to decimal form. So this is already a decimal. Okay, this needs to be changed into a decimal. So if you don't already know, 3 something would be 3 decimal, because there's a ghost decimal there. 1 divided by 2, or most of you probably know 1/2 is 0.5. So I've got my bigger number on top. I'm going to compare my signs. They're different, so I need to do what? That's right, subtract. So when I do this, and I'm sorry this is written kind of sloppy, take the sign of the bigger number. This would be the accurate answer. And finally, again, all of these choices are in decimal form, so I can simply change both of these to decimal form. Using my calculator, I'm going to box top this, and I get that value. Do not forget that's a negative. Times, and then this needs to be changed. I hope you know how to go from a mixed number to a decimal. It'll be 4 something, because there's a ghost decimal there. It's negative. So 1 divided by 4 is 0.25. So finally, I end up with negative times a negative, and my triangle tells me how that goes. Negative times a negative is a positive. And my calculator says 0.4 times 4.25 is 1.7. So that was the correct answer. If you have any questions about why you missed these on your progress check, come and ask Mrs. Smith. I'd be happy to go back over any of these questions with you. If you think that you just typed your answer in wrong or you made a mistake, you can show me your work and explain it to me, and I can possibly give you credit. So have a good day.